My brother is wanted by Interpol and the FBI. He's on the list of Interpol's red notices, which is the same status Osama bin Laden had. The difference is that the charges brought against my brother aren't for terrorism. They're a charge for international parental kidnapping, even though he had a custody order stating that he had my nephew for the majority of the time. It started in 2006 when my brother was granted majority custody of my nephew. After my nephew's summer visitation with his mother, my brother had to get police officers to physically remove him from the house because she tried to hide him and wouldn't send him back to my brother overseas. And that was in September. My brother's ex-wife went to the Pennsylvania courts, and they decided that my nephew had all of a sudden been born in Pennsylvania and not Tennessee. She said that he was missing and that my brother had kidnapped him, and that she had no idea where he was. And had contact with my nephew through phone calls and letters, even though my brother provided all of the travel documentation to his attorney, who then in turn provided it to the courts. The court stated that my brother had missed a court hearing, even though his attorneys were present to represent him. He was traveling overseas for work at the time. This led to my nephew being put on the Center for Missing and Exploited Children's website, stating that he was missing, even though the judge, attorneys, and the FBI and his mother knew where my nephew was at. In fact, in 2009, she even visited the island my nephew lives on. She tried to remove my nephew from the island, but the government told her to get out.
Soon Alex was living a normal life of a young boy, and according to Alex, his mother knew where he was and in fact visited him. Alex said the FBI made several attempts to remove him from his father and from St. Kitts. He recounts one of those occasions.
Back in 2009, back when I was still a child, they sent government officials from Barbados to St. Kitts to try and take me back to the state without telling the St. Kitts government anything. So they're using U.S. court orders in St. Kitts, which have no jurisdiction here. So we had to call the police came, and we had to take the FBI to court in St. Kitts. And St. Kitts reinforced that my dad had full custody. So the FBI could not take me from St. Kitts. Yeah, so they came to St. Kitts with illegal court orders.
At the time that this was going on and she was there on the island, my brother was being detained in Bulgaria in a federal prison. You can read all about his story here. Misinformation from the Pennsylvania courts in the case against my brother, like stating that my nephew was born in Pennsylvania when he was in fact born in Tennessee, or stating that my brother lived in Venango County in Titusville, even though he has never set foot there. My nephew is a year younger than I am and will be turning 26 this year, but he's still on their list, even though he is clearly not missing.
Hey, I'm Alex, and I'm not missing.
Important because my brother is stuck somewhere where he cannot receive the medical care that he ever so urgently needs. In fact, my brother's to a point where he would need an air ambulance to even leave the island to get medical attention.
Alright, Chris, I need help.
I'm trying to spread information about my brother's case, so hopefully he can get it dismissed and come back to the United States. Because I've not been able to see my family members for 15 years now, and I would like them to be able to come home. I have a mother who's disabled and can't travel and hasn't been able to see her son for years. And as we all know, people don't get any younger. Now almost 27, and haven't visited with my family on American soil since I was 11. Please check out the page, as I will be trying to provide updates on my brother's story and spread information as I possibly can.